What if your greatest rise doesn't begin with applause, but with quiet persistence? What if the most powerful growth happens in absolute silence? In a village forgotten by time, where goats outnumbered books and stories were passed through mouths, not pages, a boy named Savi was building a life no one could see. Savi wasn't strong, he wasn't loud, he wasn't even liked. He was strange. While other boys played football barefoot, he collected broken wires and radio parts from the dump. They mocked him, said he was cursed. His mother often sighed. "If only you would stop pretending to be a dreamer, Savi." His father had given up speaking to him altogether. But silence doesn't mean surrender. For Savi, silence became shelter. In it, he listened, not to voices around him, but to a call deep within. He failed more times than he succeeded. His first radio caught fire. His second sparked, but never spoke. His third just hummed. Still, he kept going. One night, while helping clean the local community hall, Savi met Bako, a retired engineer who had returned home to die quietly. But fate had other plans. Bako noticed the boy with the radio wires. Instead of laughing, he listened. And then he offered a gift that changed everything. A battered engineering book from 1979. That book became his Bible. He read every word, drew every circuit. Even when he didn't understand, he trusted the process. Then one evening, it happened. His seventh radio whispered static, then music. Sweet, foreign music filled the room. And in that moment, Savi knew. He was not crazy. He was early. But growth in silence doesn't always mean peace. Sometimes, it's war. When he showed the village his breakthrough, they broke it. Not because it wasn't real, but because it came from someone they chose not to see. Savi didn't cry. Not then. But that night, he climbed the highest hill in the village and screamed into the wind, not to be heard, just to release the weight. And when he returned home, he made a decision. They may never believe in me, but I will never stop believing in what I'm becoming. The years passed. He turned 17, then 18, still poor, still unseen. But now his designs could fly drones, convert wind into small energy bursts. He even built a water purifier powered by a bike. All in silence. The world gives the silent few one window, and it never stays open long. Savi stayed up for 72 hours. He submitted his prototype and documentation, typed with trembling fingers at a neighbor's cyber cafe. When the result came, he didn't scream. He just stared. He was selected. Not just selected, highlighted. His solar-powered learning kit had stunned the judges. And for the first time, someone outside his village said, "This young man is a genius." At the Capitol, he stood in a hall filled with blazers and confidence. He wore borrowed shoes and a hand-washed shirt, but his prototype worked. When it turned on, it taught basic science lessons in 3 languages, using light, using sound, using hope. The room stood still, not because it was loud, but because it was real. They gave him a scholarship, a dorm room, a laptop, new mentors. But something inside him never changed. He still rose early, still worked in silence. And when interviews came, he never spoke about the struggle. Only the process, only the mission. He built more inventions. Some failed, some worked. But now, people were watching, not laughing, listening. He looked at the crowd, then said just one sentence before starting his talk. "I built my future," in silence. Growth isn't meant to be loud. It's meant to be deep. And the deepest roots grow away from the sun. They grow in shadow, in doubt, in hunger, in faith. If no one sees you now, it doesn't mean you're not becoming. You may be in your silent season, but trust me, silence is not stillness. It's the heartbeat before the roar. So, stay low, stay learning, stay building. Your time will come. And when it does, the world will ask, where did you come from? And you'll smile and say, from the quiet. Maybe right now, you're in a season where no one sees you, where the progress feels invisible, where you're giving your all and hearing nothing in return. But I want you to know, you're not alone. Every tree that reaches the sky first grew in the dark. Every strong soul once felt unseen. If you're building something in silence, drop a seedling emoji in the comments. Let us know your story, your dream, your story, your dream, your battle, your quiet rise. And if this story spoke to your soul, if it made you feel understood, valued, seen, then subscribe to MindSpark. Because here, we don't just tell stories. We awaken strength in silence, in you.